Hello, and welcome to the Seafoam Isles Draft League Season 2. It's me, Colin, um, and I'm commentating the second match of Week 1. This match is between Pharaoh, coach of the Eternal Fractal, and Reich, coach of Burger Kingdras. The Z Pokemon for each team are Any Dragonite and Z-Attack Kabutops for Reich, as well as Mega Blastoise, who will not be making an appearance here. And for Pharaoh, the Mega Pokemon is Mega Beedrill, who is here. And then our Z-Any Pokemon is Indeedee. And our Z-Attack Pokemon is Gliscopod. Gliscopod's not making an appearance, but Indeedee is indeed here. So, in terms of first impressions, at least for this match, it looks like Ferrothorn has a good matchup versus a lot of the team. Like leech seeding on Corsola Galar, leeching on Beedrill, rocking on Beedrill, Arctovish. Half the team really hates Ferrothorn, and like even Kartana, especially if Kartana's Scarfed or Banded, does not want to mess around with Ferrothorn because no reliable recovery. I guess Togekiss could be a Wish Passer, but in this scenario where it's really hardcore offense on offense, I don't think Togekiss really wants to be relegated to that role because, you only get a very select few options to come in on, like Wigglytuff and Politoed, and even then Politoed can run Ice Beam. You got to be worried about Ferrothorn with Akka Gyro Ball in the rain, just ruining your day. This Ferrothorn looks very oppressive. Kabutops looked like it could be a good sweeper. Once Corsola does die to knockoff. Probably like once Kartana's dead, Kabutops can really start going in. Kartana has garbage special defense, but it actually has pretty good regular phys def. Zapdos looks really scary with Hurricane and all that. That does hard wall Kartana. But Beedrill looks like a massive problem for Reich because it can hit everything except for like Zapdos. And if Zapdos comes in on Poison Jab and Static doesn't proc, I'm pretty sure that's a 2-hit KO. And then half the team gets fire coverage for Pharaoh. Ferrothorn can get burned. Ferrothorn can get flamethrowered, fire blasted by Togekiss, or mystical fired by Indeedee. And even then, the only psychic resist on Reich's team is that Ferrothorn. So for Reich, he's got to really play with his Ferrothorn really, really nicely here. I think that's the main key Pokemon in this matchup. Some secondary factors here are like Togekiss is a nightmare for Reich, and same with Mega B and Cart. The rest of them look like they're a little more supporting, specifically Arctovish and Corsola Galar. So, without any further ado, we can get into this match. So, turn 1, probably B in Ferrothorn. If I had to guess. So, we see Corsola, which makes sense because, just hard leading rocks. Ferrothorn can knock off here, which would really help out a lot of defense. Yeah, that's going to really benefit a lot of the team later. In comes Politoed. Now, okay, before I just do anything, I just don't know how useful rocks are because Reich has one rock weak Pokemon. It doesn't look like he's going to want to switch too much, but it's mainly Zapdos, and Zapdos is definitely running boots. So, I don't think that rocks were a bad play, but because rocks aren't necessarily ever bad unless you're losing a Pokemon for it, but I don't know if it was necessarily worth exchanging a Violate for rocks. So Will-O-Wisp goes on to Gumbo the Polytoad, and it's going to chip down. Polytoad can't run physical. We're gonna see Scald come off, do a million. I'm not really sure if that's definitely a product of the rain. I'm not sure if this Polytoad has like whack defenses. So we're probably gonna see another Scald here into Arctivish. Is probably Water Absorb. Yeah. And probably a Fish Rend here. Because, you're in the rain, why not? That would be kind of terrifying, though, in that position. You can't lose your rain setter this early. But in comes Durian. Maybe? There's a chance. Oh, it goes for Icicle Crash, which crits. But I was expecting a. But that was a good mid ground. The Icicle Crash play. Because Polytoad can't touch you unless it's Focus Blast. And I don't know how much Reich would appreciate missing a Focus Blast and losing his rain setter there. So that was a really good mid ground by Pharaoh. I didn't think of that really. Um, Off goes the leftovers. So it's not a Boots Togekiss, which is interesting because since Togekiss is in Boots, it's gonna have a little bit more trouble. So I'm gonna assume Kabutops comes in here, rapid spins, and then tries doing crazy stuff. Holy crap, that air slash did a lot. I think this is probably max speed, max special attack, because that was a resist. Even if Kabutops doesn't have like the best special defense. Knockoff comes off, probably predicting Corsola maybe, or Arctovich, but I'm not sure why he didn't go for Stone Edge, because Stone Edge would have mid-grounded either way. Down goes Life Manta from that crit Stone Edge. The crit didn't matter. It's Life Orb Kabutops. So, I don't know how useful Togekiss was at that point because, I remember now, like, the rain will make it rather difficult. So, probably this is probably Scarf and Didi. Rocks and Burn are really taking out the Polytoad pretty quickly. Energy Ball wipes out Gumbo. So, in 2 turns, 2 Pokemon are traded. Down goes Polytoad and Togekiss. Rain is gone for Reich after this bout, but in comes Kabutops. Probably going to click Knockoff. However, I don't think, like, after the next move, Kabutops can no longer, like, do much. So if it doesn't knock off here, I'll be a little confused, but yeah, so knockoff comes off, kills Clorox. I think we're maybe going to see Kartana here. Just go for like a Sacred Sword or a Leaf Blade, but I'm not sure because Zapdos is still alive. So there's still a chance. So yeah, in comes B, which is confusing because, or at least in my opinion, it's confusing because +2 is still going to outspeed Mega B because it's Kabutops. So Liquidation's going to easily knock out Mega Beedrill. And now Kabutops can no longer re-enter the field of play. So I think we're going to see Kartana here, if I had to guess, with Knockoff. So Knockoff might, if it's banded, Knockoff might be able to claim it to a KO. But Focus Sash it's probably Swords Dance, isn't it? Nope. It was just sashed. Interesting. But yeah. So in comes this Rock Heart. I think this is probably going. Earth Power would kill from this range. Arctovish probably switches in. No, it just dies. Okay, so Arctovish probably now comes in. Maybe Scarf and Didi. Oh, Scarf and Didi with Expanding Force right now. Looks like a giant ass threat in this late game because there's no more Kabutops to outspeed that. But I don't know if that's going to be enough to break through Ferrothorn. Yeah, I was just about to say, I assume he sacks Wigglytuff because, oh, Terrain Pull? What? That's interesting. I didn't expect Terrain Pull, so I was expecting Expanding Forest. That's cool. Terrain Pulls 2 and KOs Wigglytuff. Not really much of a surprise, I would say. Rain is gone in one more turn. So, Ferrothorn probably comes in here. If not, then yeah. Um, Ferrothorn comes in, probably going to see. Yeah, Terrain Pulse does a million. It was a crit though, so that won't 2-hit KO, especially if Lychee comes up. But Gyro Ball 1-hit KOs indeed. So we'll see what shenanigans this Arctivish can maybe pull off. I think it loses to Zapdos at this point in the game, but you can't really tell because this is a Pokemon I haven't seen much. So in comes Arctivish. Icicle Crash might flinch kill here. If not, there's not a whole lot that Ferrothorn can. Ferrothorn can do stuff back. It's just not like a whole lot all at once. So the next Icicle Crash will take out Ferrothorn. Has this revealed its item? Is it leftovers? It's not leftovers yet. We don't know. So I think Zapdos probably comes in now. If I had to guess, maybe Nidoking does, but Zapdos. This could kill with Earth Power, probably. I don't know. This thing is kind of bulky, actually. That did a lot, but not enough for a 2-hit KO, so if this. Oh yeah, Fish's Run will kill easily. So now Zapdos probably just comes in, clicks Thunderbolt, and that's game. Yeah. So, I think we're going to see Thunderbolt here. Volt Switch will kill. I'm assuming that was a choice to Zapdos because, yeah, he was really reluctant to bring it in pretty much the whole game. So I'm just guessing that was probably like specs to really break it down. But that's fine. I think they both played really well. Sacking Mega B in the rain might have been a little weird, but then again, all of Mega B Drill's checks were still alive, like the Pelipper. Or not the Pelipper, the Pemmican. The Zapdos was still alive. Um, once Cart went down, it was a little bit of an uphill battle, but the rain being stalled out, and then the last three Pokemon really putting in the third gear, especially Arctivish, which was fun to watch. Arctivish really went in this game. It got a couple kills. It took out a Ferrothorn. It took out a Nidoking. I think that Arctivish went kind of wild. Same with Indeedee. I think Barry used Indeedee really well. Reich just had freaking Ferrothorn, and he used it really well. It just kind of sat on, like 70% of Pharaoh's team, which is kind of tough to deal with. There isn't a whole lot Pharaoh could do, especially with this variant. It can break Dragapult's sub with Knock. So, there's not really a whole lot to do in this situation with Bolt, especially when Reich drafted Wigglytuff, who was here probably for just specifically Dragapult. Dragapult could have still worked, I reckon, with Dragonite, Steel Wing, Dragon Darts, and Shadow Ball or Phantom Force, because of at +1, if Wigglytuff tries to straight up switch in, it's gonna die. And then like Steel Gem Dragapult at +1 can probably take out a Wigglytuff in one hit. I'm not 100% sure. You'll have to fact check me on that, but yeah, that was a really fun game to watch. Really good job to both players. It was only 1-0. That was a great game. So, hope you'll watch the next game sometime in the near future, whenever that may be. This was yesterday. I just was doing it now because I've had school and stuff. But, hopefully I'll see you guys in the next match.